Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new, I'm Emily, and on this channel I do faith, lifestyle, and music related content. So if that interests you, you can go ahead and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification bell as well so you don't miss any upcoming videos. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how to be a good friend, or how to be a better friend. Last week's video was about trust and stuff like that, so if you missed that video, I definitely recommend go watching that video. But it was about like your trust and your bond being broken with a friend, and how to deal with losing friends as well. So you won't want to miss that video. But in today's video, we're going to be talking about how to be a good friend. So let's go ahead and get straight into it. Okay, so I just have some practical things that you can ask them, or stuff like that, to kind of let them know that you are interested in their life. And I do want to clarify, you need to be truly interested in their life to make sure that they truly feel loved and like you are interested. Because if you are just acting like you're interested but you're actually not, they will notice that. So yeah, you need to be truly appreciative and truly loving. You can't just act a friendship out. So this thing is going to drive me insane. So the first thing that you can do is ask for prayer. Prayer is so powerful in a friendship and just in our life in general. But asking them if they have any prayer requests is really important, and actually it's really special, because when somebody asks me for prayer requests, I just know that they truly do care. And if you do ask them just random questions throughout the day, they'll know that you are thinking of them. Yeah, I don't know. A lot of times I will just think of my friends throughout the day, and I'll wonder what they're doing and all of that kind of stuff. But actually ask them like what they're doing, and like ask them questions, because if you are a friend with someone and you like don't ever initiate anything, they're not really going to think you're very invested in that friendship, or really enjoy being friends with them all that much if you never initiate anything. So yeah, initiating a conversation is huge in a friendship, in my opinion, because when nobody initiates a conversation with me, I'm just like, do they really want to talk to me? Because if they're not initiating anything, do they actually want to talk to me? So I normally just like keep my distance for a while and see if they text me. But yeah, initiating a conversation is huge, so I definitely encourage you to start doing that, because it is so important in a relationship to initiate conversations. The next two things kind of go hand in hand, which is encouraging them and listening. When they're going through something difficult, just listen to them and encourage them in the Lord. If they do not want you to maybe encourage them, like, just listen. Listening is so important in any relationship, because it lets them know that you are not just there to try to fix them or help them, but you are truly listening and caring about them if you are just listening. I honestly just really enjoy like listening to what my friends are going through, because then it helps me better learn how to pray for them, and also just like questions that I can ask and encourage them in that specific area. So yeah, listen and pay attention. When you are on a video call or a phone call, pay attention to what they're actually saying. And if you don't understand what they're saying, ask them, because when we misunderstand what they're saying, it could, in the long run, if they bring like up that conversation, you're like, oh, well, I actually didn't understand you. Yeah, how would that make you feel if like you said something and the other person acted like they understood, but then they really didn't? For me personally, I know that it kind of doesn't make me feel very great, but yeah, listening is so important. Something that also goes along with listening is to be a good comforter when they are going through something hard. Just comfort them and let them know that they are not alone, because a lot of times we can feel like we are alone in what we're going through, but really in reality we are not. And a lot of times you know, you have either gone through it or you know somebody who has, and so you can understand. And if you can't understand, still be a good comforter and let them know that if they need anything, you are there for them. Two questions that are really great to ask when your friend is not doing well is, do you want to talk about it? Like, is there anything you want to talk about, and can I do anything for you? Those are two questions that are literally so they're so great. And even if you ask them like every single time they're not doing well, if your heart motive behind it is not just a repetitive question, but you genuinely care and you genuinely want to listen to them, they will know that. They won't just think that you're repeating the question over and over again. But yeah, being a comforter is huge when they're going through something hard, and even when they're not, just let them know that you are there for them. These next two things are really, I love hearing what people have been learning in the Bible and what God has been teaching them. So asking them what God has been teaching them and what they've been learning in quiet time, I'm just sharing verses with them and just like having a heart-to-heart talk with them is really incredibly special. And it's just amazing to be able to share kind of the relationship, like a spiritual relationship. It's just really special to have God in the center of your relationship. Because I know a lot of times God is not in a friendship, and friendships will fall apart easier if God is not in that friendship. So you need to involve Him in every relationship, not just friendships. This next thing is something that I have personally struggled with a lot and have had to go back and apologize. I'll just admit I'm not very good at these 2 points. But holding your tongue and, you know, like if you need to wait to text that person back, wait. It's better to wait than to say something that you will regret. But just calm yourself and then reply to that person. Even if they didn't say anything wrong, like you might just be kind of frustrated with them for some reason, maybe something in the past, or maybe you just are frustrated in general, and your answer will come off not friendly and not out of love, but out of frustration. And any response out of frustration or anger or anything like that is not a good response. We need to make sure that our response is pure and genuine and loving to anybody, not just friends, but to our family as well. So yeah, making sure that you are not responding to them in frustration is huge and so important, because when you do respond to them in frustration, obviously it causes you and them to have just something between, and then that will make you have to go apologize to them. And that is something that we don't want to have to do all the time, because if it is something that we have to do all the time, that means we need to fix something in ourselves, and we need to learn how to hold our tongue and not say everything that we think. But also we need to be honest in a friendship, and if something is bothering us about maybe that friendship or anything, we need to be honest and upfront with that, but also in love and in the right time. You can't just bring it out all of a sudden, like when you are frustrated, but like calm yourself and go to them when you can and when you feel comfortable. If you don't feel comfortable talking about it, normally it's not the right time. But if you feel peace about the Lord wanting you to talk about whatever it is to that person, it is so important to be honest in relationships. It's so important to be honest in everyday life, not just in our relationships, but in every single day. We need to make sure that we are being honest with ourselves and the Lord and the people around us. So yeah, that is all that I have today. There are so many more points, but I feel like these are like the really important ones in my opinion. But we need to make sure that the Lord is in our relationships. And obviously, if you have a friend that is not a Christian, you need to be sure that you are not excluding God from every single conversation. You need to make sure that you do stand up for the Lord, and if what they say is not biblically accurate, we cannot support that, and we can't make them feel like, oh yeah, that's right, if it isn't. We need to stand up for truth and what we believe and what the Lord says is truth, but in love. So that is all for today's video. I really hope it can be an encouragement to you. And also, you can go ahead and leave like anything down below that you think is a great thing to be a better friend to the people around you. So I would love to hear that. I think it would be very interesting to see what people had to say. And also, if you like have anything that makes you feel like appreciated by the other person, you can leave that in the comments as well. I think that would be really interesting to hear what people had to say. But with all that being said, I will see you next week friendship video. God bless you guys.